welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, July 3rd, the day before the 4th of July. I got my shades on. I don't even know why I have them on. They were in my car, so I have them on. Got to get ready for Friday because I ain't going through what I went through last week. Todd's here.
Yeah, I don't wear shades. My eyelashes are too long. Yeah.
Yeah, my eyelashes are literally slapping. Mine are literally slapping this thing.
Yeah, I can't wear shades for nothing.
Gotta wear them like this.
Yeah, old lady shades. Reading glasses, so I gotta get.
Oh man, it's a beautiful day out. It's a good week. We won yesterday. We got the weights out the way. It's a good week so far. Good week.
Yeah, my bad, Walt. Love you, Walt.
Nah, man.
I was getting Walt a hard time, but some of it was deserving. But he had a slick comment telling me to win the game, so I had to win the game.
He unofficial. He gonna get a hard time regardless.
Yeah. Once you put the stripes on, you automatically out to me on the court. I kind of look at it as 7 or 8 versus 5. I've always looked at it like that. So it's all love, though. That's my guy. I love the atmosphere out there. You know what I mean? We can get heated, but it's only get heated in the lines. Once the game's over, it's all love, man.
Yeah, because people got too much. People ain't got all that energy to let it carry over.
And some of us are just naturally very competitive out there, and then afterwards we don't care. And I'm one of those.
Yeah. I was watching. I don't know if you ever saw this episode of All in the Family with the Jefferson crossover.
I gotta see it.
Oh my God, that's the funniest thing.
Oh, you said All in the Family. Yeah. It took me a second.
Yeah, with the Jefferson crossover.
They had a couple, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a few.
Because the Jefferson was the only people on that show.
Yeah, I think him and Archie Bunker were boys.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. They had a couple crossovers actually.
Yeah, It was the episode where their son, Jefferson's son, was marrying somebody, but they didn't know that the husband, the girl's father was white. And then Archie Bunker, he's like, oh, I gotta see this. This is your first encounter? Oh, I gotta see this.
And that's when humor was edgy, but you understood because the time you was living in. People weren't as sensitive. You understood that, granted, race isn't as big, but it still is. But it was bigger back then, but you could laugh at it because people were still trying to give over the hump of the nonsense that we dealing with in America. But you could shed light on it.
Yeah, you gotta watch. I can't explain it, but you gotta watch that episode. If you had never watched that episode, just YouTube it or something. It's just the writing in it is hilarious. Just the whole dialogue and some of the underlying
I wonder
things.
if this new generation of people ever seen All in the Family or Jefferson episode. Granted, Jefferson wasn't as edgy as All in the Family, but I wonder if they could even survive watching a season of that nowadays mentally, because everybody's so emotionally attached to all this mental health, everything.
Listen, man, they tried to cancel Pepe Le Pew a couple years ago. That's where we
draw the line.
Yeah, they tried to cancel Pepe Le Pew. You ain't canceling Mr. Shea.
Nah.
You're not canceling Mr. Funk.
Facts. He's a cartoon, bro.
Right, it was a cartoon. And the people that wanted him canceled, they just didn't understand the joke. They didn't understand the whole joke with Pepe Le Pew.
And that's why I tell people, everyone don't belong in the conversation. Everyone doesn't belong in certain rooms. Why? Because you just can't comprehend what you might be involved in or you're seeing. And it's okay. So just step to the side and let somebody explain that to you, but don't ruin it for everybody.
And it goes back to our convo last week about people not having comprehension skills. Critical thinking skills, I should say. Critical thinking.
I'm not going to tell you guys how I talk to people, but if you want to know how I talk to people, I should have no problems in conversation. But I always do.
Right. Yeah, critical thinking, man. Critical thinking. It all goes back to critical thinking and comprehension skills.
And I talk very slowly so people can catch it, and they never do.
You know who's having some good comprehension skills? Celtics management. They won a ring. The team won a ring, and what did they do? They recouped on the core group of guys. So I think I tallied it up. They spent about close to $1 billion in re-signing their players. You know, Derek White got the new extension. Tatum highest paid now until next year, when probably Luka's gonna get $400 million or something like that. I said Derek White. Drew Holiday got his money. Porzingis, he got that $60 million deal. I think that was when he signed, so he's still under contract, and Brown's still under contract. Horford's coming back, so you got the core back, and the way they played, it only makes sense to bring them all back just because the way they played, and they're still pretty much they're still all pretty young and got a lot of left in the tank.
You're paying for a product that you know actually works.
Right.
It's not like you're giving them money predicting they might win a championship.
Right.
They just showed you they won a championship, so you got to pay up.
Yeah. The reward.
I mean, that's what logical GMs and people in the front office do. They don't just ship the whole team or blow it up.
Right.
Some franchises have done in the past.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to try to double up if you can. You want to try to repeat if possible. Granted, you're not gonna have the whole team back because some of them guys don't need to stay because they had issues with the bench throughout the season. So you got to get some additional pieces to help the core, but the core got to stay the same. Though, so I'm glad they kept the core.
Yeah, all got to make like some tweaks here and there. Nothing major. I mean, House is coming back on a 2-year deal. I think the second year is probably an option because if he continues on to what he did in the finals, like what he played how he played the whole season last year and in the finals, somebody's definitely gonna give him a big contract on those 2 years. I think Luke Cornett's back. The other guys back too, so they got some guys coming back. I didn't know that. I don't know if you saw like Luke Cornett and Al Horford's father.
Yeah, they played together.
It was like wow,
Bucks, right?
Such a small world. Like, the world's so small. But yeah, that's a good signing for the Celtics. Everybody knew Tatum was gonna get that money. Like you make all NBA 3 years in a row, first team all NBA 3 years in a row. That supermax is coming, and he's probably if he continues that, he's probably gonna get another supermax contract in a couple years from now too. So at this point with the Celtics now, it's just like how many chips can you get? You got one. Can you like add more to it? Because we were seeing all these teams, especially in the East, getting guys just to stop you guys. So one of those teams is the Philadelphia 76ers with the signing of Paul George. It's just, I said this is just another second-round exit, but it's a good move for. I don't know. It's a good move for them. It's a good move from what they had on the wing. From the guy they had on the wing who was. Just stealing money, not putting up a donut in a big game.
Oh, you're talking about that guy?
Yeah.
I mean, for one,
it's a very major upgrade.
For one, Paul George, people always wondered what his health was like. People forget that he had that gruesome knee injury.
Yeah.
And he came back, and he's one of the better players in the league. But now he's actually became more reliable.
Yeah.
Before, when he went with the Clippers, people thought he was going to be the issue compared to Kawhi, but we see that Kawhi is really the issue. So I'm glad Paul George got out of there. Now that he's feeling more comfortable being the man again, I think he'll do well with the Clippers. I mean, my bad. Do well with the Sixers. Get the same color uniform.
Yeah, right.
Like Jesus. I think he'll do well with Philly personally because I think he's ready to be the man again.
Yeah, it's a good inside-outside match with him and Embiid.
Then you got Maxey, bro.
Yeah, and then you got Maxey. That's a good core right there of just bucket getters. That get you the bucket. Now the thing is down the stretch, late in the season. That's always the issue. Late in the season, the injuries are always a care. But yeah, and they picked up Eric Gordon too. So that's going to be a solid guy to come off the bench to give you some points. He's going to give you at least maybe 12 to 15, and some nights he'll give you 20, depending who's on or who's off. But good moves by the Sixers. They had to get Tobias Harris. He went to Detroit, but it's a good move for Paul George too, because he's getting to that point. It's getting to the later part of his career. So it's like you got to win it. You got to win.
Didn't Tobias Harris come from Detroit?
Yeah, man, he went back.
So that's the only place he probably could have went back to, huh? Because I don't know how he's still in the league personally. I'm sorry, after like that.
They getting $50 million too.
Oh,
his dad is one hell of an agent.
His dad's the agent?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make sure your son's straight at all costs, bro.
Yeah. I think. Other NBA news: the Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers are no more. He is going to Dallas with the Mavericks. He's trying to find that spark that he once had, trying to get back in it. I mean, I put this up. I said the punch that Draymond threw, I think that was just like the beginning of the fall of the Warriors, because it ain't been the same since then. It's like the vibes with them is just all off. Because granted, you can say a lot about Jordan Poole, but when he was there, those guys loved playing with him. It was just like they just had like youth. They still had that youthful energy and youthful enthusiasm on the court when they all played together. And then that punch you saw it that season, it wasn't. It was just off, and then, we see them playing this year, so now Clay's gone, and it's like, all right. But good pickup for the Mavericks, though. They needed a shooter. They needed a shooter because the Celtics gave him a whole bunch of open shots that nobody could make.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Hardaway hasn't been himself since he's still coming back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they need somebody to shoot the ball. Hopefully Clay does it. I mean, the Warriors couldn't stay together forever. Sometimes you got to pick which player you can rely on more, Poole or Draymond. And Draymond showed that they can win with him, so that's why I had to ship Poole out there. But I get what you're saying about the energy, because Poole was supposed to be the next one up.
Right.
But I don't know. I think everybody's just too sensitive personally, because at the end of the day, they all get paid to play basketball. So the energy shouldn't have shifted that much.
Hopefully they got some energy in Dallas, because they need something after losing the finals, because just the way they lost, like, you can't be missed. Like, those guys were getting a lot of open shots that they couldn't knock down.
You already know. Whenever you look at every comment on Instagram, somebody puts reminder: Klay Thompson shot 0 for 10
right.
in an elimination game. So unfortunately, you hate that stat, but you did it. So get a bucket, bro. It's not that hard to score something.
Right.
Like, come on.
It's still a miracle he's even still playing, though. Just, those two injuries, those are like the career-ending injuries. Well, the Achilles one more so than the ACL, because nowadays the ACL, people come back. But the Achilles one, people never come back the same from Achilles.
If he was like super athletic and did more, I would say, yeah, it's a miracle, but he just shoots the ball, bro. He barely goes to the cup. He barely shoots pull-ups. He just shoots the ball.
That's what Dallas needs.
Like, he really don't do much of anything but shoot the ball, bro.
Well, Dallas needs that, so see what they do, but I don't think this puts them over the hill or over the hump or anything like that, but it still makes them competitive, but, they still got some moves to make if they want to get back, because, you just can't you can't rely on those two guys to do everything for you. You're gonna need some role players to step it up. Chris Paul also, he's going to the Spurs. Interesting move, but I ain't mad at him for going to the Spurs because they needed a point guard badly.
He should have went there last year.
Yeah, he definitely should have.
Instead of ring chasing, he just went right to the Spurs, bro.
He did. They might have been a playoff team if he went there last year.
I would say they might be a playoff team this year if he went to the team last year.
Yeah.
Because having that year with them and then getting pieces, but. Yeah. I mean, I think they're gonna be solid just because wherever Chris Paul goes, he's a control freak, so he needs to control everything.
Yeah.
And he's one of them guys that he's effective when he's controlling everything, and he puts guys in the right places. He's gotta make shots.
Yeah,
and hold up, he gonna turn Wemby into like not even poor man, because he's way better than DeAndre Jordan. Remember the Lob City?
Yeah.
Remember to a point that he would go to the paint, just throw it. That's what it's gonna turn into.
And I was telling these dudes yesterday, Wemby averaged 20 and 10, and this was the reluctancy from his teammates to
they don't get the ball
on easy when he cuts. He just easy baskets. He's gonna get at least 12 to 14 easy points just from him being tall and just cutting to the basket. Because one thing Chris Paul gonna do, he's gonna throw that thing and he's gonna give it up.
It's not hard to find a guy in the paint. It's not hard to find a guy cutting. You guys just don't want to.
Right. And also when the guy is 7. However tall he is, it's just like he's right there.
And I don't know if they know, but at that level, they're only worried about winning. Yeah, your stats are cool, but when you win, you get paid.
Right.
As a team, everybody gets paid when you win.
When
you worry about stats, you're just worrying about yourself getting paid.
And when you make the playoffs, you get more paid. You get some incentives. So, it's gonna be good. Spurs got rid of some folks, but yeah, the Chris Paul move was major for them. I like that. Donovan Mitchell, he's staying with the Cavs. I mean, he got the coach fired, so now, this new coach that they bring in, now you're gonna have to show it wasn't a coach issue or so, but you're gonna have to prove yourself. But
I'll be honest, he is the only one they should have paid on that team based on his performance in the playoffs, but him and a bunch of them, the coach and a bunch of them players should have been shipped out. In a playoff game, this man scored every point in the fourth quarter. What are y'all getting paid?
The Magic?
Yeah, something like that. But how's that even a stat? How's that even a stat though? When you all get paid to play basketball?
Listen to the pass the ball to Will offense.
I don't know what it is. But y'all are professional athletes. You mean to tell me one guy scored every point for you in the fourth quarter? Or third or one of them games? That should never happen. So yes, he should be the only one getting paid. That's crazy. And I know I'm not saying nothing crazy, because like, come on.
I didn't even know that.
Kick it a layup, free throw.
I forgot about that.
That's crazy.
And they got to figure out with Garland. Him and Garland don't mesh.
Because they're the same player.
Yeah, they don't mesh. So
well, Garland needs the ball in his hand a little more to be. He's like a poor man's Kyrie Irving. That's what Garland really is.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to go somewhere else just to be the man.
Same, because we just seen it. They don't mesh. And it's like when one's off the court, they play better.
Donovan Mitchell's aggressive. Garland's not that aggressive.
He flashy. He won't be cute.
Like,
like
Mitchell's coming at your neck. Like, how I be aggressive coming at you, he comes at you. Garland's kind of like, he's still trying to like create for people and do for himself instead of just attack.
Yeah.
And then once they, double or they collapse on you, then you create for other people. That's when they're open.
Right. So, kudos to him on a new contract. Lastly, DeJounte Murray. We knew this was just a bad fit. When the move happened between DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, we just knew that that two dynamic was not going to work. So they moved him to the Pelicans. I think it's a good move by the Pelicans, picking him up. Hawks got the number 1 pick. We'll talk about that in a second. But
I'm still trying to figure out what he really does. I thought his best spot was with the Spurs. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is he really, like, what's his skill set? Like, what does he do?
Yeah, he's still trying to figure it out. Is he a slasher? He
kind of reminds me of Mikal Bridges.
Makes sense.
But can handle the ball a little more. But I just don't know what he really does. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. I don't watch him enough either. But the times I do watch him, I don't really know, like, what he does.
Yeah, is he a point? Is he a 2? Is he like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Him with the Spurs would have been all right. Him, Chris Paul, Wemby, like.
Yeah, now it's him, Zion, and B.I. Like, they keep trying to they keep putting him on the trade block.
Who?
Ingram?
He's an automatic bucket. Yeah. He's an automatic bucket. So, like, those guys like that, like, he's not a system guy.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to go somewhere else too, personally.
And it's looking like it because it's kind of like his time with it's looking like he's done enough with New Orleans. Like, it's just like, because sometimes you just see something and you're just like, I think it's time for him, like, just get a new start somewhere else. So maybe that might happen with the Pelicans. There's a lot of interesting stuff. So, and with now him and CJ McCollum, how they gonna mesh? McCollum's still on the Pelicans, so that's another interesting combination right there. So we'll see what happens. But some of the latest free agency stuff. Hartenstein got $50 million for averaging 7 points.
But see, Hartenstein is very effective for what they need him to do for the Knicks.
Yeah, he's on OKC now.
So you can't get mad at that. Like, he did what he needed to do to get that bread. Granted, I don't think he's that type of player, but that's the type of money they're throwing at you.
I think it's good for the Thunder to get him just so, like, because one thing that happened in the postseason against Dallas, they were getting bullied on the boards, and and Chet was getting in foul trouble. So one thing Hartenstein is going to be able to do is help out Chet on the boards and stuff like that, and maybe put Chet at the 4. And he plays the 5, so
he's got to wait and find out.
Yeah. NBA, probably one of the least talked about NBA draft in the longest. I forgot it was even happening, but all I know is 3 Frenchmen went in the top 10. So the first pick, The first pick, people thought the second overall pick, Alex Sarr, should have been the first overall pick because they feel like he's the better player than Ricochet.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't see the first pick that much, but when I seen that man's highlights, I don't know. I seen Alex Sarr play. He ain't doing what the number one pick was doing, getting the cup, dunking everything. Like the kid's super athletic.
Okay.
So he's like he gonna put asses in the seats.
Okay.
Based on how he plays, he's electric, energetic. Like, Sar's cool, but he's like a regular big. They can shoot a little bit, but he's not as, like, that man's exciting, the number one.
Gotcha. But what better place to go to Atlanta? Number one pick. You're going to be a tall Frenchman. You're going to stand out in, like, Party City over there. He's going to learn America in Atlanta. That's the thing.
He's either gonna lose his mind and party, or he's gonna stay in the house. Cause he might be turned off by all that.
Right.
Him being a foreigner, they don't, they're a little different at times. So he's either gonna be immersed in it, or he's gonna be turned off by it.
That's quite the place to learn America. Like, you ever hear first?
You gotta learn black folks. You gotta learn black folks, definitely.
Oh, man. So, hey, good. Best of luck to him. Alex Sarr, as we said, number 2, and then Reed Shepherd, number 3.
I didn't see that.
To Houston, me either.
I don't know what these guys are looking at. Granted, I like Reed Shepherd, but I just didn't see him being a top 5 pick.
Right. I thought maybe like 15 on down, but
yeah, lottery maybe back into the lottery. But hey, kudos to him, man.
Yeah,
he was balling this season though.
And I mean, Houston's trying to build something with these young guys. They're trying to get the vibes back. They almost made the play-in last year, so he playing. Udoka had them playing right.
I mean, less antics they have, the less phone issues they have, the better they are. Doing all that weird stuff in your spare time, man. Go shoot a basketball.
And also that dude, I mean, Green, he having a kid made him stepped up his game.
Yeah, having a kid, having the world talk about you in your situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, put your head down, go to work, brother. Everybody talk about you, gotcha. Yeah, man, just put your blinders on and go be a great stallion, my man.
Donovan, he went to the Blazers at number 7. Good for him.
Yeah, shout out to him.
We was talking about how like his game and stuff like that. Chauncey Billups was talking about he didn't know like during the workouts he showed off his 3-point. His range, like he could shoot threes, and then they asked him, how come you didn't shoot threes in college? He's like, they didn't ask me to do that.
How come you didn't shoot threes in college? Did you see my team? We won it back to back. And this little white dude was muddy from the 3.
Carabao.
Yeah, like what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
He played his position the way he should have.
Yeah, his teammate Stephon Castle, he went to the Spurs. Good pickup.
Yeah, solid.
Spurs adding a lot of picks. Celtics got a big guy from Creighton who I have no idea.
He shoot him.
Okay.
He shoot that thing.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people were saying that was Howard's replacement, but I don't think Howard had signed at the time of the draft, right?
So he signed after.
So that's
but
so he better start knocking more consistently down though, because that young boy he like 6'6", 6'7", lefty, pure shooter.
Yeah. Not really many big names. Not really many, players that stuck out in this draft. I mean, the biggest convo in this draft was Bronny James being picked at 55, which we all thought was just like, they're forcing him on us. They're forcing him on us because this is not even interesting. It's kind of like, all right.
Well, think about all the stories you heard after day 1. They're telling certain teams don't draft. You're going to Australia, so it's like my thing is. I said in the gym like that. The white dude with the glass on ESPN talking about how there's nepotism everywhere. We know that, but don't say it's not going on. You're not playing in our face. You blatantly playing in our face, and you come on TV and say, "All right, come on, everybody. Everybody know everybody playing in everybody's face." Like that's goofy. And then everybody's talking about generational wealth. The boy been rich since he was born, which is not a problem. I'm not mad at him getting drafted at all. But you had a teammate that he could help get his life in a better situation and help him get generational wealth as another black man.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's be real, you average 12 points, you get invited to a team, you don't get drafted.
Yeah. You like on a.
Yeah, so I'm all for, you know what I mean, the boy getting his opportunity because he almost died this year.
Right.
So I get it. You don't know how much time, but like, just stop playing with us and don't lie and then come out and be like, all right, we're playing with y'all. Like, how about you just stop the BS, man. That's all I ask for.
I just felt like they rushed the process.
Yeah.
They wanted to get him in the league, like, before he's even ready. Like, you know, it's not the landscape of college basketball. It doesn't hurt to go back and develop your game.
And then it's like, don't defend certain actions when you had certain plays of ex-NBA players that were better college players. Yeah. But I'm sure their father said, nah, you got to grind like I did. Like, I'm sure Jordan ain't the type of person to kind of like try to force a set in. He's not like, you know what? Nah, you got to do what I did. Let's see if you got it.
Right.
My dad like that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And then somebody also brought this up. You know, everybody's always talking about Giannis and his brothers and stuff like that. But somebody pointed out, he's like, the Bucks didn't draft. They didn't draft them. Both of them. He's like, the Knicks draft. He got drafted. One got drafted by the Knicks, and another got drafted by somebody else. It was like, the Bucks didn't draft them. It was only like afterwards.
I'll tell you what happened. For one, his brother was already in the league before Giannis got here.
The oldest one?
Yeah, he was already in the league for like a year or two. And he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. So he was already in the fraternity already. I think he was a D league, bouncing back and forth. And then when Giannis got to the league, that's when tagged along a couple years after Giannis built his name. So his brother already made his way. That's why
who's the other one that I think that was drafted by the Lakers?
Thanos or something, I don't know. I think it's like Thanos or something. Yeah. But my thing is, that's why Giannis had them sneakers. Thanks for sharing. If it wasn't for his brother, he wouldn't understand how to get there. Right. So yeah, granted, I'm not a fan of Thonassus, but like, yeah, he was already there before Giannis was.
Right. Because I kept seeing people like bringing that up, but it was like, nah, he was drafted by somebody else. Giannis didn't go to like, but he got there before Giannis.
I just hate when people say we talk about generational wealth, and he already has it. So another black man could have got that generational wealth.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he don't belong in the league, but he got to get his opportunity. But like,
and also, also the interview I did yesterday, I said Tristan Newton didn't get drafted. He did get drafted, actually. He got drafted by the Pacers. So let me correct myself on that.
So the whole combo we had was a waste.
Yeah, pretty much. But still. But yeah, it was. Yeah, this whole thing is just feel forced on us. So.
Well, we live in a society where everything is like now. There's no hiding behind the curtain now. Once we smell something fishy, we know it's fish.
Right.
So it's all good though, but
especially when the reports are the agents saying, "Oh, don't draft,"
demanding not to draft. How you a second round pick demanding people not to draft you? You get what I'm saying? So like that's why it sounds forced, and all that didn't need to happen because I'd have no problem getting picked 55th, the second to last pick. Not a problem. He just wanted to hear his name called. Not a problem. Yeah. But stop with the BS reports from other people trying to put the curtain back over us. The curtain been lifted since social media came out. Sorry.
Yeah. And also, like, I mean, I told these folks, I don't like, this isn't as a feel-good story as people are trying to make it out to be, you know, the father and son playing together. It's just because, like, number one, he got drafted to the Lakers. A team where expectations is every year is a championship. Even if they have a trash roster, the expectations is championship all the time, no matter who's on the team. And then also, you know, your dad is considered one of the greatest players ever. What's going to happen when he leaves? When he's out the league? When he retires? And you're not, you know.
I think the only thing they might do for that is put him in the front office somewhere. Give him a job. So that way, or he might make sure he gets a job. That way he can keep an eye on how they treat his son. Yeah. Because, you know, once you get the task after a while, they're not going to care who you was.
Right. Because, and then because they're not going to care. And then also if he's not playing to the unrealistic expectations that people are trying to put on him, then they're going to like, okay.
I mean, think about this. Granted, this is not similar, but off topic. Think about you heard about the ex-Major League Baseball player who had that ticket to be he's a lifetime fan. Yeah. But he's an ex-pitcher. But nobody believed it because time has passed so long. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said you're so detached. People don't even believe the little ticket no more. But you had to like call MLB and all that, and it was legit because he has a lifetime seat.
Gotcha. Oh.
But the older he gets, the younger people are, the more you detach, and they understand the things that were happening before.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Another. Lastly, before we go into Athlete's Corner, the Kyle Filipowski story. Oh my gosh. My man went from being a lottery pick.
You got it.
All right. He went from being a lottery pick to a second rounder, and then when you hear the stories of what happened, you know, his brother was on Twitter talking about, you know, he cut off the whole family because the girlfriend made him cut off the whole family and all this other stuff, some weird Mormon stuff. So, and during his interviews, they was asking him about it. He didn't really know how to give answers about it and stuff like that. So, all his pre-draft stuff was bad. And that's what led from him being a lottery pick to a second rounder. And what more perfect place to go than Utah?
So they didn't make it seem like everything was legit, because that's Mormon land.
Yeah.
That's Mormon land.
Yeah.
And, you know, I knew some Mormons in college. They were all right, but that whole, I've seen TV shows, that whole culture's crazy, bro. They're nuts. So, I mean, that's the parents' fault for having that fine young lady babysitting. You should have got you old fat grandma or an uncle or something like. Like, come on, like your son's not a heterosexual man that's hormones is running wild that see this whole tall glass of milk walking through the kitchen. She kind of tall. You see it, right? See the picture? She tall. Walking through the kitchen, living room. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you gotta get somebody else to babysitting. Send to grandma's house. Like, what we doing here? I ain't never had no babysitter looking like that. Actually. When I was little, though, you know what I mean? Little. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, at a certain age, especially when you know he's a high-profile player, you know everybody gonna be on his back. But y'all really believe that she was there just to watch him? And she was watching him, all right.
Oh, my God. This is what happens when, I'm speaking of myself, this is what happens when you have brothers, when you have multiple siblings. Ain't no babysitter, y'all gonna watch each other. So y'all watching each other.
And the worst thing is, she might have been somebody from the neighborhood that they've known for years. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Christian come babysit you, not realizing that no, this world is dangerous. That boy is almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
6'10", high profile athlete. You don't need no nice woman around him. You need all ducks. Quack quack. He don't need to be enticed by anything. They don't need to even think they have a chance. You know what I'm saying?
You know, somebody said, he said, that's probably why LeBron got Bronny drafted to the Lakers. He won't keep an eye on him, so some of these leeching older women don't try to get out.
The boy can't leave California.
Yeah.
The boy can't leave California. Like, he can't go nowhere. With the Sirius, Lake Keon, USC, the Lakers. The boy can't leave California.
But you know, because these older, washed up, you know.
I mean, you see Mr. Green. Yeah. He got snatched up. And Gilbert didn't be clowning him. So all I'm saying is, LeBron's right to watch, but I ain't gonna lie. Even though I say you that the love of basketball. Bronny might be a little upset. Hopefully not. But you know, they keep an eye on each other.
On the road is gonna be hilarious.
They keep an eye on each other.
They might be roommates on the road.
You thinking what I'm thinking? We can't do that. You know what I mean?
I say that to say good luck in Mormon land, Filipowski.
Yeah, man, good luck, bro. But yo, one thing about me, you know, family's everything. And we come from a city where family's everything. Yeah. So if you ain't gonna like keep it calm, like you gotta talk to your brother, man. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah. I ain't got no siblings, so like I think those are some of the best relationships that anybody could ever have.
Yeah, I don't talk to my brothers every day, but I do talk to them.
Yeah, and if I had a brother, he ain't called me, I'm calling him back 20 times in a row. Who you think you are?
Speaking of that, speaking of brothers not calling back, Tuba's behind. He still ain't calling me back. This dude's gonna call me back like in 2 weeks. You know how his ass is, man. He this dude, I call him, you won't call me back until like a week later. Oh, just calling you back.
That's the brother that should have been a comedian.
Oh my God.
He's pure comedy.
You should have been something. We gonna go to Athletes Corner. We had the boys from the Top Gun Academy 9U football team. They had won their spring football championship for their age group down there. They were in Seekonk for the championship game. It was Seekonk, which is like 2 hours away or something like that.
That's Massachusetts?
Yeah, that is in Massachusetts.
I thought it was near the Cape or something.
I think it's in that area.
Right.
It's in that direction.
It's called Seekonk?
Yeah, Seekonk.
Oh, I never even heard that.
Hey, man,
Damn.
Some of these places in Massachusetts are names, but check this out. Then we're going to come back, sports update, boxing update, and we're going to get up out of here because, you know, people got stuff to do. Hello, and welcome to a special championship edition of Athletes Corner. We got the Top Gun Academy 9U Spring Football Champs. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, folks? Clap it up for yourselves, boys.
Yeah, we got the full house here, but first, we're going to have everybody introduce themselves, so we're going to start over here. Say your first and last name.
I'm Quinn Brisbane.
Pass it down. Pass the mic down.
Vladimir Clamis Hernandez. My name is Randy Reynoso. Colin Mace.
Get over here so they can see you.
My name is Carter Weingart.
My name is William Santana.
Nico Hios. Bryce Hill. Eli Rock. Jackson Cueto. Alex Casey.
Oh, we got the coaches, too. Can't leave the coaches out.
Coach T. Coach Steve.
Coach King.
Coach Chris.
Coach Tom.
You can hold on to the mic, Coach. One of them back there, they can hold on. We'll talk to them in a second. Steve, you back? This is second
back
time back
again.
here.
Thank you to have me.
This time you brought
Have
hardware.
us, yes. Finally got the job done.
Yeah, I mean, how was it? You know, it's a short, spring football's a short season, but what, 4 or 5 games season? You know, how is that to cram a short season like that just to get everything going?
Yeah, you know, spring's just about kind of staying sharp for the fall. We were lucky enough to have about like half Lynn kids and bring in some other like elite guys from other places to help everyone get better.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people like made sacrifices, and like these kids just got better every day at practice. You know, we lost a 401 elite earlier in the year, and for these guys to just be resilient, you know, come back and especially after losing like our best player, first play of the game, a little shell shocked. But it was great to see how the boys responded and got the championship.
And you're pretty much with them year round, because there's no break. You got spring, then you got to get ready for the fall and all that. So it's kind of like no breaks in between for that to just get prepared for everything.
Yeah.
And you got flag too.
Yeah, flag too. Like all of us guys do flag. It's just like kind of year round with these boys, but they still play other sports too. But
right.
You know, to keep up with everyone else, you gotta. Kind of do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, definitely. What was it about this team that was able to make that run to the championship?
I think just how we were able to respond to adversity. You know, we went down 12-0. One of the best players on the team gets hurt, like a gruesome freak injury. You know, we're shell-shocked, but you know, we stayed calm. As coaches, we made some adjustments that were very crucial, especially in the second half, and we were able to, you know, what was it, 13 seconds left, we scored, and you know, it was a great win for the boys.
Yeah, so pretty much a gritty one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How were you know, you talking about the injuries, but how were the players able to, you know, kind of put that kind of in the rear view for the moment and refocus and get themselves back into, you know, task at hand?
Yeah, we just would kind of tell the guys, like, we went down 12-0, and just to stay calm, like relax. It was like, as a coaching staff, we had talked before the game, like, hey, listen, like, let's just coach as best we can. Like, you know, then 9, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Let's not go crazy and get outside of ourselves, like stay calm, coach them the best we can, and they responded and came out with the victory, so it was great.
Yeah, which game kind of stood out? I mean, this is a question for all the coaches.
Yeah.
Which game stood out for you guys during this spring season?
It was definitely the second Silverbacks game in the playoffs. They played us real tough first game of the season. Rivalry game. We're going back and forth and all good fun. But we were able to, we kind of got punched in the mouth a little bit. We were able to get the win, but then when we played them again, we were able to kind of show what we can actually do. So and kind of put all the nonsense to the side and just play football.
Yeah, definitely. Coaches, any other games stand out for you guys?
I'd say the 401 Elite game the first time around. They handed it to us, beat us up front, faster than us, and came back, responded after that.
Yeah. What were kind of the changes you made from that game, or if any of the adjustments that you made from that game, just so that wouldn't happen again?
A lot of changes. Changed our whole defense up, pretty much our whole offense.
I think the mindset changed. The mindset changed where we were so young in the season, where after, was it third game?
Yeah, third game.
We lost to them. So we were still trying to find an identity as a team where it was like, how are we going to adjust to the adversity? You know what I'm saying? So as we got more and more comfortable, it was more like, all right, even if we take a hit, still alive,
Yeah.
So I think that's what really helped us at the end. The experience helped us.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
Can you say, like, for these young guys, just for them to be able to take in everything to take in a bunch of changes after a loss like that? Because sometimes when you lose a game like that, you're either gonna go one way or the other way, and they went the right way. I mean, what does that say just about the children's character at a young age? That they're able to take the constructive criticism that you guys gave them, and were able to get better from that, and not mope around and just try to quit. Because sometimes people can't take constructive criticism.
Some quitters.
It happens. At the end of the day, like, at this age, like, we try to instill them having fun.
Right.
First and foremost, like, having fun. You want to fall in love with the game. You don't want to just be out there forcing them to do stuff, screaming and yelling. Don't get me wrong, like, that happens too, but it's about them falling in love with the game, something that, we've all played, and,
Right.
and that's just what it's about, building those relationships and friendships and things like that.
And we are back. You Googling Seacock?
Nah, I'm looking at the rundown, but I'll Google Seacom, 'cause I ain't never heard that in my life. Oh, it's spelled S-E-E, like C.
Yeah.
And then K-O-N-K. What's a conk? What is that?
Man, some NBA news. Kemba Walker has announced his retirement from the NBA. I think he did it on Carmelo's show, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. He did that. So, hey, man, Kemba Walker will have the most iconic March Madness run in history. The cardiac Kemba. He had the step back heard around the world. He dropped the dude from Pitt, and hell of an NBA career, man. But that college run he had, man, that was that run. I remember watching that. And they had to win every game in their tournament just to get into the NCAA tournament.
What do you think I call when somebody runs through the NCAA tournament? Like I tell people, Shabazz did the Kemba.
Yeah.
When you run through the tournament and you're a god, bro,
Right.
that's rare.
Right.
So Kemba had a great career, man.
Great, yeah.
And my favorite Jones are the 10s and 11s.
Yeah.
He played in like every pair of 10s.
Right.
Some of the best basketball seasons you could play in, most comfortable. So yeah, man.
Yeah, the injuries late in his career just kind of,
He got to play for the Celts.
Got to play
You know what
for
I'm saying?
the
We got a
Celts.
chance to see him with the Celts. So, shout out to Kemba, man.
And I remember watching him in McDonald's All-American game. I think he put someone on a poster in that. I remember that 08 McDonald's All-American game that he played in too. So
Yeah, man.
highly decorated player from high school to college, and a successful and long NBA career, man.
Yeah, clipping of conkers or
Still looking at it.
bankrupt. What?
moving. The Patriots gave Jelani Tavai a contract extension. He led the team in tackles last year. It's a 3-year extension for the linebacker. Granted, I know some of y'all probably, well, if you're not a diehard, I mean, even if you are diehard, I didn't know who he was either, but he got an extension, led the team in tackles. Good for him.
We don't play Madden anymore.
Good. No, I don't.
That's part of the reason why we don't know these players.
I don't play Madden anymore. But kudos to him, man. A young guy. Maybe he'll set the tone for this next wave of Patriots football. So, I mean, hopefully he does well. He had 114 He had, not 114. He played all 17 regular season games last year. So,
That's a lot of tackles.
Yeah, man. 28 starts, 107 tackles in 2023. That was tied with the safety Kyle Duggar. And yeah, so shout out to him. Get your money, man. Get your money. You been keeping up with Copa America? I forgot to put this on America on the rundown. But Copa America, yeah, U.S. lost. Mexico, they tied, but points-wise, they needed points. They didn't score, so they out. They was mad as hell. I watched that too. I was watching that game, Mexico and Ecuador, so they out. Yeah, that's the Copa America thing I'm gonna give y'all.
But like, when has the guys really been good? Like, I remember Dempsey was nice. He was one of the guys that helped us win some things. But ever since him,
yeah, U.S. men's basketball ain't been good.
You mean soccer?
Soccer, my bad. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even watch American soccer. I watch football.
Yeah, they haven't been good.
So I watch football across the globe.
Yeah, they haven't been good. So, on another note, 2026 Olympics is gonna be here. So, I think World Cup or something. There's gonna be something big. I think the Olympics is gonna be here or something like that. Something big. Where all the international folks are going to be over here. So
How much
I'm catching some soccer games.
How much the tickets going to be?
I don't know. A lot.
Can you get like a pass or something?
Probably.
Like the week? Not guest pass. They're going to have certain type of things. You should be able to go to everything, or you should be able to go to the things you want to go to.
Yeah, I know the soccer aspect is good. They're going to be all over the place. They're going to be all over the North America. So there's going to be games in Canada, games in Mexico, games in U.S.
I thought you were about to say all over the North Shore. Like, bro, we ain't going to be able to go nowhere.
Man,
all that traffic?
Yeah, if that was the case, we'd be in the house.
Bro, we could barely travel through our city now.
Right.
Especially tonight. Fireworks happen, I'm staying in the house, bro.
WNBA All-Stars were announced. So what the WNBA is going to do, they're going to have the WNBA All-Stars play against the U.S. women's national team, which I think that's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Because the WNBA season falls during the Olympics time too, so a lot of the players are going to be gone next month.
But that makes you wonder, so are these all-star teams really all-star teams? Because the best players are on the Olympic team. So like, this is like a backhanded all-star team?
I have no idea.
That's like saying the NBA all-star team going to play the USA team. Them all all-stars. So please make it make sense. Shout out Angel Reese. You know what I mean? That Maryland Angel Reese came to play. That's why I've been seeing her play this season, because she's been doing her thing, so I'll give it to her. I didn't think her game was going to translate, but she was working with Chris Brickley, improving herself, so shout out to Angel Reese, man.
Yeah. So, that is interesting. I just find it interesting that the WNBA season and the Olympics cross paths, so players gotta.
But question, they don't like proofread these statements, but they just tell people anything they want to tell them. Like, how you gonna have the all-star team play the national team with the national team, the best players in the league?
No idea whatsoever.
What?
No idea. No clue. What we got for boxing, Pedro? I know Teofimo was fighting over the weekend.
Yes, he did. It was actually a unanimous decision, so he failed to, here's the highlights.
I could tell by your voice it wasn't a fight it wasn't a good, entertaining fight.
Man, I fell asleep. You know what I mean? That's unusual, but yeah. He actually handpicked this guy.
I mean, look at him, bro. Any one of us could have fought him.
Yeah, I watched.
I'm sorry, bro. Some of you handpicked him. That means you knew you were gonna have an easy win.
And he didn't. in a way because he didn't knock him out.
I mean, but the way he was beating up on him, I'll be honest, I don't like Walter Teofimo personally.
Yeah, I watched the one of the undercards, the first fight of the night. It was the dude Ali's grandson was fighting the dude from.
Yep, that's the undercard. Yes.
Yeah, he fought the dude from dude from Africa. He was fighting him. I forget his name.
Ali Walsh is the kid that you're talking about.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of that one, but yeah, Lopez, whatever. I did watch UFC though beforehand. There was a UFC fight before that. Dude got knocked out in 19 seconds.
Oh, that kick to the head?
Yep.
Yeah.
By my man Stonehand?
Yeah, it was a quick 19-second fight because I literally just turned the channel on and.
They shouldn't have stood dude up though. They stood him up. He was trying to walk. You get kicked in the head, bro. Lay down.
Yeah. But any other big boxing news coming up, or is it gonna be a quiet period? Shakur.
Stevenson, yep, against this guy Ardem.
Okay.
Another unknown boxer. I mean, this is his last fight on the top rank.
Okay.
Promotions. So hopefully Shakur can actually sign with PBC or something like that.
Okay.
For one though, he gotta actually make this look like a real fight.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, cause like, a lot of people, they ain't even in this corner right now. A lot of people talking about Shakur ain't fun to watch, and I think Shakur nice. You got to show people.
Absolutely, man. You're right, but he has to impress
Yeah.
this Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree. Get the win so we can give the people the fight they want to see. That is all?
That's it for now, man.
All right, yeah. Like we said last week, it's getting to that point in the sports world. It's a dead period, so hiatus on alert. We got highlights for y'all. We got Chico Summer highlights. We got P2P highlights. And then we got this football game highlights. Check this out, and we're going to wrap this thing up. All right, and we are back. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, especially the kids, listen, when y'all go to these events like P2P, Chico Summer, these are the people to watch basketball, to enjoy, have a good time. This ain't time for y'all to start fighting and resolving whatever issues y'all had, either it was in school or whatever. This ain't the time for y'all to be resolving that when basketball games are going on, especially when you're in a neighborhood that's a quiet neighborhood, that's not a diverse neighborhood, and you bring in all that attention. All that attention brings more police.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
It might not be as positive as yours. I feel like they only do that because they want somebody to stop it. If you really got an issue with somebody, you go somewhere you know nobody gonna stop it, and y'all get your issue off, and then you shake hands or go about your business. But don't ruin events because nobody's coming there to see you.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I can't stand about these kids. They want to have all these issues in front of people. Go do that in the dock somewhere. Because you really don't want that smoke. So how about we just all be respectful people and just go to these events and just respect the event for what it is.
Right. And you know, these events, they already got microscopes under it just because, you know, for other reasons, you know, because people don't want to see folks having fun and having a good time out there, you know, unless they're involved in something like that. So this gives them more reason, like, to try to find a way to shut it down.
And they already look at a group of brown people crazy when they're in a facility because they expect something to pop off.
Right.
So don't give them a reason to assume anything when everybody's there just to play basketball. So you got personal issues, be mature enough to save that for another time.
And act like you got some home training. Just act like you got some home
But you
training.
already know when kids get away from their parents, they act like they straight animals half the time, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And we don't expect y'all to be perfect out there because we know once you get away from your parents, you want to be loose, you want to be more independent, be yourself. But don't disrespect the people that raised you, though.
Yeah.
Or disrespect yourself. That's all I got to say, brother.
And with that said, P2P's happening. There's a bunch of leagues happening, man. There's a bunch of summer leagues happening. So go out there and support, watch some hoops, enjoy, have a good time, because it's all about the vibes.
Respect the community and respect the game, man, and yourself.
Definitely.